All right, let's get into a real head scratcher in the world of AI development today. We're going to talk about why these incredibly powerful AI coding tools are getting adopted and then dropped just weeks later. And I'm telling you, the reason is probably not what you think it is. Okay, let's just dive right in. This is the big mystery, right? You see a demo for a new AI agent, it looks like magic, your team gets excited, you roll it out, and then silence. A few weeks go by, and you notice everyone's just kind of gone back to the old way of doing things. What is happening here?
Well, when a new piece of tech doesn't live up to the hype, our minds all jump to the exact same conclusion. It's almost a reflex at this point.
We blame the AI's brain, its IQ. It's just not there yet. We'll wait for GPT-5, or 6, or 7. But what if that's completely missing the point? What if the agent is actually plenty smart, but the system around it is broken? That's what we're going to dig into.
See, the whole conversation in the AI space is starting to change. For the longest time, it was all about building smarter and smarter models. But now, the focus is shifting to something way more practical, building smarter systems to make those models actually useful. And this slide just nails the change in thinking. We're moving past the old question, which was basically a horsepower race. Who's on top of the leaderboard? The new, more grown-up question is about trust. It's about reliability. How do we turn this flashy demo into a teammate we can actually count on every single day? And it turns out the problem isn't one big thing. Nope. It's actually three, kinda sneaky operational issues. And together, they create what you could call an operational gap, this huge chasm between what the AI could do and what it actually does in a real team setting.
So, culprit number one, a total lack of observability. You're basically flying blind. I mean, think about it. You can't improve what you can't see. If you have no idea who's using the agent, what they're using it for, or most importantly, what's actually working, how can you ever get better?
And that leads to this crucial point. Getting people to use a new tool isn't about sending a memo or hosting a training session. It's about social proof. It's about one developer finding a killer new way to use the agent and everyone else being able to see that success. That's how best practices spread like wildfire.
And hey, this isn't just a theory. We've got the data. A piece by Zen talked about a team that just built a simple dashboard to show who was doing what with their AI agent. The result? A 50% jump in the use of advanced features in a single week. That's the power of making things visible.
Okay, on to culprit number two, durability, or the lack of it. We're asking these agents to do really complex stuff now, tasks that can take 20 or 30 minutes. If the agent just throws up its hands and forgets everything because your Wi-Fi blipped or your laptop went to sleep, well, that's not a tool, that's a toy. And this just lays it out perfectly. A fragile session means any little interruption and poof, all that work is gone. A durable session means the agent picks up right where it left off. This is the difference between constant frustration and having a truly autonomous, reliable partner. And that brings us to the third and final culprit, amnesia. Seriously, most agents operate like you just hired a brilliant new assistant who gets their memory completely wiped every single morning. You have to re-explain the project, reteach the same lessons over and over. It's exhausting. For a little while, everyone thought the answer was just bigger and bigger context windows. Just cram everything in. But that's like trying to find a book in a library by just making the room bigger instead of, creating a card catalog. The much smarter way is a searchable memory, a system that can find the exact piece of information it needs right when it needs it. It's efficient, it's cheap, and it's way more accurate. So if those are the three big problems holding us back, what's the fix? Well, it's not about waiting for a single super agent to solve everything. The real solution is a new layer of software that sits on top of all these models. Think of it like an operating system for agents. And this Agent Ops Kit is what that OS looks like. It tackles each problem head-on. You get a dashboard for observability. You get a durability layer so tasks don't get interrupted. You get a memory layer for that crucial long-term context. And, super important, you get guardrails for things like security, permissions, and logging. This is what takes an agent from a cool solo tool to an enterprise-ready team member. So, let's bring this all home. What's the big takeaway here? Well, this whole way of thinking changes how you should be looking at AI tools. It's about shifting your mindset from wanting a clever personal assistant to building a reliable, scalable, autonomous workforce. So from now on, instead of just asking, how smart is it,
you need a new checklist. Before you bring any new AI tool into your team, ask these questions. Can I see what's going on? Will it survive an interruption? Does it actually learn and remember? And is it secure? This is how you find the tools that provide lasting value, not just a cool demo.
We are really at a pivot point here. The race to just build a bigger brain is starting to become less important. The real action, the next big competitive advantage, is happening somewhere else. It's in building that operational system. It's the software that finally makes all these different, brilliant AI models actually work together reliably inside a real team. The value isn't just in the engine anymore. It's in the chassis, the transmission, the whole car. And that really leaves us with a final big question to think about. When we look back, will the next truly massive company be the one that built another agent? Or will it be the one that built the operating system that finally let all those agents get to work? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.